Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Shri. I'm a part-time artist who has been on this creative journey for a while now. And today I'm tackling something that I'm sure all of us struggle with. That's procrastination and fear of failure. As artists, especially those of us who are juggling this passion with regular job or other commitments, those two can really hold us back. Today I'm going to talk about this topic and I'm here to share my personal tips on how to push past these obstacles and keep creating. And while I do that, I'll be making some polymer jewelry. So grab your cup of tea or coffee and let's dive in. Alright, let's start with procrastination. As artists, we often find ourselves stuck. We sit down to create, but instead of diving into our work, we find a million other distractions. Checking on social media, scrolling through Pinterest for inspiration, or even doing something totally unrelated, like cleaning, chores. And let's be real, this can happen for hours and hours. But here's the thing, procrastination isn't about laziness. It's usually about fear, doubt, or perfectionism holding us back. I have learned that procrastination comes from an internal resistance. We fear that the piece we are about to create won't be good enough, or maybe we don't know where to start, and the blank page or the canvas just stares back at us. But guess what? It's totally normal, and it's okay to feel that way. It's about acknowledging that it's happening and deciding to show up anyway. Here is a trick that works for me. Break your art into small, manageable steps. Instead of thinking about the final piece, just focus on the one part at that time. Start by setting small and easy goals. For example, instead of saying, I'm going to finish this entire painting today, try, today I'll sketch out the outline, or today I'll paint the background. Something like that. Breaking tasks down like this makes them feel less overwhelming. Plus, each step you complete builds momentum. And before you know it, the big daunting project becomes a collection of small, achievable goals. Trust me, progress is progress, even if it's just one small step. Now let's talk about fear of failure. As a part-time artist, there is this constant pressure to be good enough, right? You're afraid that your art won't be appreciated or that it won't measure up to your own standards. When I started out, I was terrified of failing. My first pieces were not great at all. In fact, they were pretty bad. But you know what? I kept going. And that's what made the difference. Every mistake, every failed attempt taught me something new about my craft. So if you are afraid of making a mistake, just know mistakes are where growth happens. Instead of thinking about failure as something negative, try to see it as feedback. When a piece doesn't turn out the way you imagined, ask yourself why. What can you learn from this? Is it a technique you want to improve, or maybe you are just trying too hard to match someone else's style or lost your own voice in the process? Failure isn't a dead end, it's just part of the road to success. I look back at my early work and think, wow, I have come a long way. And that's because I didn't let fear stop me. I kept going, kept learning and evolving. You should do the same. Another thing that helped me was embracing imperfection. Perfectionism can be such a huge block for artists. We want everything to be flawless, but perfection doesn't exist. Art is about expression, not perfection. So I try to let go of the need to make everything perfect. Sometimes the most beautiful pieces come from the moments of imperfection. It's about finding the freedom to express yourself without getting caught up in all the little details. Don't let your desire for perfection prevent you from finishing your work. Done is better than perfect. Set realistic expectations for yourself. If you are working part time as an artist, it's important to be very kind to yourself. Some days you won't have the time or energy to work on your art, and that's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. And remember to celebrate the small wins, whether it's finishing a piece or learning a new technique or even just sitting down and working for 30 minutes. That's progress. Be proud of what you have accomplished, no matter how big or how small it is. One final tip I want to leave you with: create a routine. Even if you are only able to dedicate a few hours a week to your art, make those hours count. Set a schedule that works for you and stick to it. The consistency will help you build the momentum, and eventually you will find that it's easier to show up and create. Consistency is key, even if it's just a bit each day. The more you show up for your art, the less likely procrastination and fear will hold you back. So, there you have it. Some of the ways I have learned to overcome the procrastination and the fear of failure as a part time artist. Remember, you don't have to be perfect to create. Just show up, do your best, and embrace the process. Every step you take is a progress. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you are struggling with when it comes to procrastination or fear of failure, and let's talk about it. I'd love to hear how you are pushing past these obstacles in your own creative journey. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Keep creating, and remember, you have got this.